back to With Your Family Wisdom at ppptime.com. And my name is Rose.
My name is Daryl.
And this is just like a little impromptu video. I know you haven't seen us in a while. We haven't been out here. We've been on the patio, and God has been speaking. However, we just have not made any videos. But we will be doing a relaunch really soon, and God is really laying on our hearts to do some financial videos. I think Daryl's going to be sharing some financial wisdom and just try to give everybody a little room in their budget. You know, we know gas prices are going up, food is going up, the predictions of the economy and the recession they're claiming that may happen at the end of the year or at the least the beginning of next year. And we're just going to try to see how we can help you stretch your budget, be a little more faithful with your money. You want to say a little something about that?
Yeah, you really hit a lot of great points. Immediate benefit to you is that you have that room within your budget to be able to meet your current demands. But like Rose was saying, more importantly, we want to get heaven on your side in the sense that you're able to, do the things that you need to do to support the kingdom of God, and also allow the kingdom of God to support you.
Right.
And we're going to show you how that's get everything in alignment with the kingdom of God, so that the will of God can be done in your pockets as it is in heaven. And so we look forward to that. God's going to do some great things.
Yeah. But today we just kind of came out. We were out on the patio, and I was kind of thinking about this one video that we were going to do, and I did kind of write some things down because of probably what a lot of people don't realize, because they see us together all the time, and probably not even our children know a lot of these things, that how we have so many differences, but yet we look like we're so enmeshed together and never separated. But and it just came to my attention one day. I was like, man, we do so many things differently, but yet we're so compatible, And I can remember one time the old saying, opposites attract. I don't know about the opposite attract, but I know the one thing that drew us together was the Word of God, and I think that was the main glue that brought us together. But I wanted to go over a couple of things that probably our children don't even know, and I'm gonna see if Honey even knows some of the things that we do differently, because it just came to my attention one day. I was like, I already know what Honey's gonna do, because all I gotta think about is what I'm gonna do.
I'm doing the opposite.
And he's gonna do the opposite. So I'm like, if I'm thinking this, he's thinking that. So anyway, I think the very first one is like, if we're gonna make a turn, or say for instance, when we get that the other day when we was riding the bike, and he was letting me know, because we ride a tandem, and so you have to do everything synchronized in order to make it work, right? So he was like, I'm getting off the bike and I'm gonna get off on the left. And I said, I know, because I'm thinking I'm getting off on the right, because I'm always making right, and he always thinking left. Even if we're going down the road and we have to turn around, he always turn left to make the U-turn, and I'm always thinking, just go make a right into that parking lot and come out. And it's really funny. So finally, he did buy into making all the rights when we are out and about. Because usually when I'm out and about, and if I'm going to, I always map out mine.
If we're in the car.
If we're in the car, yeah. I always map out how to go, where we're going, if we're going to several places. And I always map out how to make all rights. And you kind of bought into that, though, right?
Yeah, I think it's awesome, too, because you get a whole perspective, right, versus just yours. So it made sense. When she broke it down, let me tell you the reason why I said let's make rights. And not only that, she make rights and she map out the most efficient way to make all of our runs. Say for instance, we know that this run is going to consist of Sam's, Walmart, Kroger's, Home Depot, whatever. Sprouts.
Yeah.
She's gonna map it out with as many rights as possible, and it's gonna go in a circle.
Yeah. Bring us back home.
Yeah,
right?
We're not gonna be zigzagging and going those Sprouts might be the closest to us. It might be the last stop because it's on the other side of the street. You know what I'm saying? So we get that on the way back. And so you just learn afterwards to think like she think from that perspective, and then making rights is more efficient than having to go across traffic and making left. So I think that's cool.
That's our first difference. But I always felt, well, that made us complete. That made us one, right? Because you left hand, I'm right, so we're a whole person. But then the second
I'm
thing,
actually right-handed though.
yeah, but you're right. Yeah, but you're right-handed. So then we always thought about, and I thought about another thing. I was like, if we was going to the store and he's like, okay, let's go get a snack.
Mm-hmm.
And we go in the store to get a snack. I'm thinking savory.
I'm thinking sweet.
He's thinking sweet. He may go to a piece of candy in the past, or ice cream, because now you don't eat that kind of stuff. But, and I'm always thinking chips, popcorn, and so he's sweet and savory, so we got that going on. And then, another one, we eat dinner. He's always concerned about the
Meat.
the protein, and I'm always concerned about
Side
orders, vegetables. And for a long time,
like put a salad on the side of it. Give me a box of leaves. I'll hook me up a salad. I'm good. Don't sweat my side on.
but this is really funny, is that last year, and your number one diet or way of eating is keto, which is mostly protein, right?
Fat.
Or fat, and you eat more of the meat. And then mine was vegetarian, and mostly last year I did vegan. And
Flexitarian.
well, you know, but I went like
little
I don't know
meat.
how long without meat at all.
Yeah.
Remember, and I was like, I think at first I just went 21 days without meat, and I was like, well, the 21 days, I guess I can eat a piece of chicken. I was like, well, it's no big deal. I just went back to eating vegan or vegetarian because I was like, you know, I don't even really care for meat like that.
Well, you know, I did the vegetarian thing for a minute too. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But
You're carnivore.
well, that's about effectiveness, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't find enough stuff to eat that I enjoyed eating that wasn't hurting me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was eating a lot of noodles and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's just a high carb diet to me.
Yeah, that's too much. And then I thought about our exercise. You like strength training or weightlifting?
Strength training, resistance training.
And I like cardio. I'd rather get on the treadmill, I'd rather walk, get on the bike, and honey like lifting weights. So that was another one of our differences. And then this was the main one. And we was getting ready to walk, and we was getting ready to go to Walmart right now. Honey's gonna go put on his watch. He gonna go get a nice little outfit.
Oh, I'm not going to get no outfit.
he gonna be matching. But you're gonna try to dress up, right? And I'm gonna go just like I am. I'm more casual.
That's not true.
And you're more dress up. You're more. Yes, that is true. I'm like, let's go. But you're gonna put on watch, ring. You gotta have matching shoes to your outfit. I mean, to whatever you put on, since you don't want an outfit. But anyway, I'm casual and he's dressed up.
Well, in this social media day and time, you like to be on the picture at any time. Like right now, I ain't got my hair cut or nothing. We on video. You know what I'm saying? Today let's do that video on opposites. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
You know, most days you get up and you do all that, but now that you're retired, you know, cut all that out. You could be a little screwed, look rough, look manly man. And okay, another thing.
Everything not there.
But now that the pandemic, you're not as much. But you was always, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I'm always, let's stay home. I want to watch TV from the bed. Oh, there's another opposite. When I said I want to watch TV from the bed,
I want to go upstairs.
you want to go upstairs. You want to watch the big screen. And that's another debate. Let's watch TV upstairs and watch the big screen. I'm like, no, it's so much comfortable laying in the bed watching TV.
We got recliners up there to watch TV with.
It's not the same. It's not the same. So that's another difference. Okay.
In fact, I'm going up there today.
And I finally, God made us one with this, but normally he used to like to work out in the
Morning.
and I like evenings. But now I did a 21-day reset and I started getting up at 6 and working out. So now I'm kind of like with him on the morning workout, and it feels so much better to get that morning workout and be done for the day. And then at 7 o'clock, you know, we wind down and go to bed. I really like that schedule because now we eat dinner around 6 or 7, and then you go straight to bed, and then we go, since you got up so early, we go right to sleep. You don't have to be up at 10, 11 o'clock looking for that late night snack. So, yeah. So those are some. Can you think of any other differences? I know I didn't give you a chance. That was just something that I read, because I wrote down one day, because I just kind of thought about how every time I know what you would just know what you would do, just say I know what I would do. You usually gonna do the opposite. You know what I mean? Like even today, when we was riding the bike, and you went to go back and get your extra lap. Now you wanted me to go come in and start the coffee, but I want to stay out and just wait.
Right. I was gonna say that. I was trying to figure out how to say that. I'm you first, and you first. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your agenda is, you first. But I'm you first. You know what I'm saying? So if you'd have said, hey, get us some coffee together, so I got the coffee ready first, and then I come back out and do whatever else I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna make everything convenient for you first, and then I'm gonna make sure.
And I think that's how I do too. I said I'm gonna check you out first, and then me second. I
don't think so. I think you do you first. Just like whatever you was doing on the Facebook. Because I know it don't take that long for me. I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, how long it take to put water in the kettle to turn the fire on?
Yeah,
I
but
went
you was
all the way
halfway
up
up
that
the
hill.
hill.
No, I wasn't. I told you at Wayne's house, put the coffee on. Now I got to struggle all the way up this hill and go all the way around that parking lot. You tell me you couldn't do that?
Boy, you did that quick. It was quick. It was quick. Well, I did kind of record you kind of going up the hill a little bit. Because I was going to see where you're going to make it, because you know you didn't have my extra. So could you tell I wasn't on the back?
It wasn't hard. It been, especially since it's the second time around. I was thinking probably, but I did notice going down the hill.
It wasn't much as a coast.
Well, the bike is kind of
wobbly.
Without me on the back.
Oh,
yeah. I'm like, man, you know, you got that extra tail end worth of bike back there that no one's on. I'm like, man, I would think that you would have more control of the bike without you being on there, but you gave it that control because it's designed for two.
Yeah. True. Is there? Let's see. What's the differences on the bike?
I couldn't even imagine riding in the back because you have to be submissive to whatever the person on the front is. But I've learned. Well, you've learned.
It's definitely trust.
Yeah, you
learned. Because you so wide, so I can't really see, and to do like this right, you know,
throw your balance.
Throw the balance of the bike off. So. Yeah, so it was like I was saying that we got to make sure that.
But you know what? We have to get a couple of 10 speeds too.
Yeah, that's why I said we need to get a couple too. So when the kids come over.
Well, for you, so like if you want to ride and actually see, we still can ride together.
That's no big deal. I don't care about really seeing. I just like want to discuss it before we go. Like when we went out on the main road, I was like, I want to get on the other side of the street. I want to go facing the traffic because I don't want traffic at my back. So, you know, just little stuff like that to make sure we're on the same page. But anyway,
I can imagine riding and the whole time looking at my back.
Well, I get to see left, right, you know, and stuff like that. But I just can't see what's really in front. But, you know, I can see left, right. Like
yeah, because we didn't used to have no problem with somebody pulling us back in the day. You just glad that you ain't walk.
Yeah, it's good. I like the tandem.
Man, can you imagine that in when we was raised, right? You know, you always had to ride somebody on the handlebars.
Well, we never did that. That was, you said you like
But I'm
Putting
just
them on
saying,
the
you
handlebar.
two people on the bike.
Mm-hmm.
It's more convenient to have a tandem.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, hey man, I'm shooting to pick you up. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And you help out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just me pulling you.
Yeah, you get to help out. Yeah, yeah. I was wondering. That's what I was thinking. Once you got to our house coming up the hill, you could be done because you didn't went that far by yourself.
Yeah, but that's a lot of downhill. See, I would have had like, I didn't turn mine on until we was coming downhill. So that's most of my ride. Then coming back up to the house.
That should have been kind of tough. We'd be kind of struggling from down there until we get.
No, I'm talking about. I turned it on when we was in the parking lot.
Yeah, I know you want the miles.
Yeah, I want the miles.
But I'm just saying as far as the strength. Excuse the strength.
Well, I did the ride with you, so I got the same ride. I just didn't have the long.
Okay.
And to your point, I had that mile long by then. But since I was out there, I want to go ahead and challenge myself to pull that deal.
By yourself.
Well, when about by myself, I could. Even if you stayed on the bike, I was going to try to go back up. I wasn't just going to go down. I was going to try to see if we can come back up.
Yeah. So let's go back through our differences or opposites. So I think it's just like if God put us back together, how God took woman from man, right? So if he put us back together, you have your rib, and we'll have the left and the right hand. We have a left and a right hand, so I guess we'll be complete, right? So you left, I'm right. You're sweet, I'm savory. You protein, I'm vegetables.
We even got opposite
weights,
views
cardio.
on the revelation. I've been trying to share with you something.
Well, the word is one thing that brought us together, but we have different, because we're male and female. I think your journey is not my journey. So God speaks to us because we're individuals. That just shows you that the word is individualized. I like that. Okay, you dress up, I'm casual. You go, I'm stay.
I'm breadwinner, you housemaker. That's why that word hit us differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you the provider, it's different. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have more. You're gonna be seeking for a different revelation.
Yep. So now we do have one thing on the same page, that we both like working out in the morning. After 37 years.
Yeah, I've always wanted to tie our health. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that we were straight before. Because sometimes you say, okay, it's the intent to work out today. People start coming over. People start making a demand. Hey, can you come and whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
So now you pushing you further and further to the back of the day, till eventually you just say, well.
Oh, I forgot about these. I was born a preacher's kid. And you was almost...
I was prophesied to be a preacher.
And you was almost an atheist, born atheist. So we had different upbringings. And you were born in the city from Chicago. And I was born on the dirt roads of Arkansas, right? So, yeah. So those are a couple of differences too. But you wonder how...
I was not a participant in extracurricular activity in school.
Well,
and she was a participant in everything in school.
True, true. But you know what though? You kind of wonder how we made it for 37 years and always wanted to be together and never, with all these different opposites. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because anybody who knows us could never think or even fathom that we would have so many differences, so many opposites.
But it makes it so much more to learn from each other. Like, in Chicago, one of the main things that we were known for and liked to do was we liked to step. And not only stepping, but we skate too. But a lot of people skate. But I didn't continue to skate, but I was very intrigued with the stepping. You know what I mean? And then they even changed the way we used to step. But I taught our old school stepping. And then we did videos. Social media, we learned how to do the new 8 count and got her involved in that. And to me, that's exercise, and we get to dance together. You know what I'm saying? So that was awesome. It was a challenge for Rose. She, you know what I'm saying, not being as interested. You know what I'm saying? But she learned it, and I appreciate that. And that's another thing too. Is like what the other like, you submit to doing. Like she said, we're gonna walk here and then we're gonna do this and do that. And I always tell her, don't worry about me. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I'm supporting you. You know what I mean? So when we walk, we ride. We don't walk, we don't ride. It don't matter. When we walk or ride, it don't matter because I'm gonna do it for you. You know what I'm saying? That's bottom line.
That just let you know too that sometimes it's gonna be a little giving and taking.
It's gonna be giving and taking.
Opposites.
It's gonna make you whole. I appreciate the walk. I appreciate the ride. In fact, when we don't get it in, I feel some kind of way. Just like today we was talking about. I didn't turn my watch on to log my bike ride, so I went and did the same ride again by myself, just so I can get it logged on my watch because you know I'm into it now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying sometimes that exposure, like eventually, Rose, start enjoying stuff. You know what I mean? So eventually, you know, you enjoy walking. I look forward to our walking more. I hate when we skip for whatever reason. If something come up and we can't do it, or, you know what I mean? I feel some kind of way about that. Yeah. So it's like you yield your members, right? And once you start yielding, you know, you become servant to obey, so to speak. So it's good not to be just
once
doing.
You create habits.
You create habits and you do it. But people, you know, having opposites, you get exposed to more.
That's another opposite. You're more spiritual. I'm more natural, especially when we do counseling, right? You're gonna preach the word on it. I may give you a psychology rhythm, a psychological answer, or a psychological way of doing things. So that's another one of our opposites.
Same. The word is the foundation to everything. You know
but I'm just saying, it's amazing how we still so, you know,
it makes
like,
it whole.
Yeah.
Points of relativity, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if the kids knew we had so many differences, because even they think that we're like, probably like,
they think we
just on top of each other.
They know we think different. Because I tell them, double your grind, stack your bread. And they probably think to themselves, they look back at mama and say,
my mama ain't home.
My mama ain't home. She ain't doubling her grind, stacking no bread and helping you. Why? You know what I'm saying? So they know that we don't think the same. You know what I'm saying?
We do think the same, because I think that. That's why I had you out there doubling your grind. That bread.
You like, yeah, go honey, go.
You're right. I was your biggest cheerleader while you was doing that, and made it easy for you. All you had to do was go out there and double your grind and stack your bread and come home and rest.
I will say this, in that regard, you make love look easy. You know what I'm saying? And you never blew the budget. You never, you know, some people are, what they say?
Oh, that's something we have in
high maintenance, that's what I want to say.
Yeah. That's something we have in common, right? Frugalness. Yeah. We agree on this budget and things of that nature. Yeah. That's because you know what, the number one reason for divorce a long time was money. And like, even though today they say it's disagreements and communication. So that's one thing we have always labored to do, is try to understand each other's view. Why? So we didn't never have no problem. We never had any disagreements on money.
Right.
Never had any disagreements on money.
Yeah, we was always
trying to do the right thing by it.
And I will say this. We talk about doubling your grind and stacking your bread and thinking about it from a job perspective, but I've always had my hands in something extracurricular, like some type of business on the side, and she was totally engaged from that perspective. So it wasn't like she wasn't doing anything. It's just that she was there to support other things that we did, like the mortgage assistant business. All those leads that we generated, even from us when I had my life insurance license. By the time I come home, we got leads everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Remember we was doing that?
Not to mention, when you pastored.
Yeah, and then, pastor, being a first lady. You know what I'm saying? And
even
secretary.
Even at the Potter's house.
Yeah.
I supported you in all your endeavors at the Potter's house.
So definitely help meet, right? Some people may not be getting that help to meet your goals and where you're trying to go because you got to strung out making a living. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hating on none of that. You know, whatever choice you make.
I was your administrative assistant.
Yeah.
I was administrative assistant.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining us again on the patio. My name is Rose.
My name is Daryl. And remember
That you are
happy,
healthy, wealthy, fit, and forgiven.
God bless.
God bless.